Hey everybody, welcome to the kickoff of Loserball 2025. I know there's like a whole NFL season, but we're really focused on the real winners, which are the losers here, and that's we're excited. With me is Johnny Muff, longtime Loserball fan, player. We go back far too long to say about how long we started this, Johnny, when we just had it as teams, winning and losing. And but you've clearly come a long way. You now have dispensed with any preconceived notions of fantasy being too complicated, too serious. You are all in. So while loser ball may be where your heart is, you're still. I mean, you've changed. Some might say evolved. Some might say you've fallen a little
Yeah.
bit from grace.
Well, I consider losing the new frontier. So, all that other stuff, leaving it behind.
Well, you've always been amazing at picking losers, except every year when you picked like Miami and they went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Um, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm going to. I picked the Cleveland Browns, the dynasty, the Hugh Jackson, Johnny Manziel dynasty, 3 years in a row until they had their perfect season.
Yeah.
And I went to Cleveland for the parade, and then I had to retire from what we called at the time the Loser Bowl.
Yeah.
And then loser ball started. So here we are. Enough of the uh, rigmarole or fanfare. Let's get right to the picks because that's what people want to know.
Okay.
It's a little bit counterintuitive, but we got to train people to think differently and to talk differently because it's really all about the home field disadvantage and not leaving it out on the field.
That's right.
So
Right. You don't want to leave it all on the field. What else
no,
do you
no,
have
no. You
left?
gotta.
Right?
I agree. I agree. I agree. So, all right, it's week one. I'm looking at and then just to quickly go over the rules for anyone that's having a hard time. You sign up with Sparkit as our technology partner, and you get 1,000 Sparks, and you can budget them any way you want on at least three, up to six, all six categories. And there's win percentage and there's odds, winning odds, and the winning percentage doesn't change from the time we release the pool. The odds do change based on where the predictions are going. So I'm gonna start. Actually, I did something interesting. I'm gonna put you up, Johnny,
Mhm.
against Chat GPT because I
Okay.
put every one of these things into Chat GPT just to see what Chat GPT said. So
Okay.
I know you're now going up against basically the entirety of the internet.
Well, counterintuition is more of an art. And I think that ChatGPT, while very powerful in many ways, I don't think it really falls into the counterintuitive structure
Well,
that
let's
that
see. We're
in
gonna
a
we're gonna hold you to that, no
yeah.
doubt.
Interested in
Um,
finding out.
but I think you don't have what it takes. You've clearly proven that over the
That's right.
years.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
So, all right, let's start with most quarterback turnovers. We've got Joe Flacco. What's interesting is that every single one of these um, quarterbacks was not with this team last year. Now, Joe Flacco was with the Browns 2 or 3 years ago, made the playoffs, but last year he was not. So
Right.
Joe Flacco, now he's again with Cleveland, but it's new for him this year.
Is
Justin
it a
Fields.
junior? Is it his son, or is it actually how old is that guy? Is he well? Because we're old enough. We see a lot of the younger players are actually the son of a player that we saw play, before years ago.
Son of Flacco. You're not convinced he hasn't slipped someone else into the uniform.
It may be a bearded junior. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, we'll know. We'll see. We'll see how mobile he is in the pocket. That we'll know for sure. So we got Joe Flacco. We got Justin Fields, who's
Who
now.
I really like this year. I think he could put in a really weak performance every week, in and out.
I mean, and there's also the whole. I mean, the the lure of playing with the gangrene. I mean,
Yeah.
just that alone. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was, fell under the spell. So I think there's something to be said for that. Speaking of Jets, Sam Darnold somehow or I should say, had an incredible career with the Jets. Somehow had a collapsed with this 1 year in Minnesota last year. And now somehow people are thinking that Sam Darnold will continue to have a career. So he's now the Seahawks quarterback. I'm going to save my favorite for last. Cam Ward, unclear, unproven rookie.
Yeah.
Um, but he's got a porous offensive line in Tennessee, so that could hold hope for Cam Ward fans. And my personal favorite, as a long-suffering Giant fan, Daniel Jones, who is
Danny Dimes.
with the horseshoes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
somehow beat out 48% completion rate Anthony Richardson to make it into the starting lineup this year.
Yeah,
So.
I saw a clip about that. It's interesting that the GM said that Danny Dimes would show him how to be a professional. In loser ball terminology, he's absolutely right, but I don't know that they're into us yet.
It was definitely from a Loserball perspective, the Giants, the best $160 million contract they could have signed, a couple years ago. And who needs Saquon Barkley? He's a dud, not a stud.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he's a
Big
mess.
letdown. Big letdown.
All right, so who do you have? Who'd you take for most quarterback turnovers in week one?
I picked Flacco.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
think he's got what it takes.
he does have
Yeah.
He does have a history of this kind of good work.
Yep.
He's not a mop-up guy. And we
Doesn't
put
really have vision all the way around the field, which is what you want. You want a limited vision. You want loose cornerback play. That's what leads to points.
we
That's
needed
what
immobility in the pocket, and
that puts
he's
points on the board for the other
clearly
team.
got that. We had him as our highest win percentage, starting it out at 26.8, with the lowest odds. So he's not as risky a pick. And Dave, I mean Johnny was not was yeah, you think he's the favorite. He's the favorite. I am just a sucker for Daniel Jones. I've seen him pull game after game out in the Meadowlands or whatever it's called now, MetLife Stadium. So I took Daniel Jones. What did Chat GPT say? Chat GPT said, I'm gonna go look. I put it all in.
Interesting.
They said, wow, Daniel Jones, most likely to have the highest turnovers in week one because his early 2024 performance, two interceptions in week one, suggests he's the strongest candidate to commit multiple turnovers right out of the gate, but not far behind Joe Flacco. Though
Yeah,
his turnovers came later in the season, his track record shows he can be turnover prone under pressure. I mean,
that's right. That's right. It's another come from ahead victory, right? You know, he can do it. I think he can do it. You may have to wait until the end of the game, maybe tied up, but I think you can count on him.
he does have what it takes in the fourth quarter. He's clutch. He's
Yeah,
clutch.
he's
And for anyone who cares, ChatGPT had Sam Darnold as third, Justin Fields as fourth, and Cam Ward fifth only because they had insufficient data to evaluate, which makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah. If he
Right.
can stay on the ground, I think he could really get ahead of the other guys.
I think if he gets, what should I say? If he gets ahead of his skis,
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
use some ridiculous sports cliches, I think there's
yeah,
he's got that's why he's in there. That's why he's
yeah,
in there. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of other people who we thought of. We thought of Spencer Rattler as a really good possibility. There's who's the New England quarterback? Drake
Drake May.
May.
Yep.
Drake May. I mean. So we'll see. I mean, Russell Wilson, there's no shortage, but
Russ,
we
Russ,
what?
Russ
What?
may he may be
A
an underdog.
disappointment?
He may be an overdog. You know, he has proven himself in more recent years. You couldn't count on him early on in his career. But in more recent years, I mean, you have to wonder. He was on the Steelers last year, and they traded him away to get Aaron Rodgers. So my thinking is this guy's ready to give up the ball. I think he's ready to give it up.
Like I said, there are a lot of strong candidates. We had to pick five. What's fun about the Loserball 2.0, for those who played it last year, know it's quite different this year, is who's going to be in the top five or who's going to be in our five next week. We're not going to have the same players, same teams. We're going to mix it up. So this is what we got out of the gate. All right, next, least receiving yards. Got Brock Bowers, tight end, for the Raiders. Trey McBride, tight end for the Cardinals. Drake London, wide receiver, Atlanta. Malik Neighbors, Giants. And Amon-Ra St. Brown for Detroit. Now, just a little background on what we did. For the quarterbacks, we felt that like having any quarterback, people know the quarterbacks. So even if they're very strong, like these five are, we didn't just want to pick like Patrick Mahomes or even Aaron Rodgers because I don't know, they don't necessarily have what it takes. But for wide receivers and running backs, we felt we should put in people that are known who are going to play, who are just not going to bring it on Sunday. So that's some of our strategies. So these are more we're not going to do bench warmers. We're going to do guys who play.
Competition. I think where you're going with this, we want to see competition across
Yeah,
the
and
board, you
and you
know?
can see out of the gate the win percentage for the five um, receivers was 19.6% to 20.5. So not a big spread. That was based on some RotoWire projections we saw on the yardage for what they predicted. So all right, Mr. Johnny, Mr. Muff, what do you
Mhm.
got?
I got neighbors for least receiving
Oh,
yards. Yeah,
interesting.
I think Russ is going to come through big on Sunday. I have that. You know, when I get a feeling about things, most of the time,
Run for the
yeah,
hills.
yeah, very inaccurate. So when I get this kind of feeling, I know that I don't know, and this is really going to be something else.
So you're saying this was not darts on the dartboard
Oh
blindfolded, that
no,
you actually
no, no,
thought it
no.
through.
You know me, I study this stuff.
Whew. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm worried about. I went with one of the tight ends because I was thinking that tight ends are, they may, they could have big games for sure, but maybe they'll be just a notch below the wide receivers. And I took Trey McBride. I think that Kyler Murray is going to be focused a little more on Marvin Harrison, and Trey is going to be calling for the ball, but he's not going to get it, or Kyler's going to run it too much.
I was tempted if they weren't playing the Saints. That
Yeah,
was the
when I
problem
look at
I
that,
had.
I am a little concerned that
Yeah,
they are gonna not run roughshod over New
yeah.
Orleans. So, but that's what I got. All right. ChatGPT says, let's go to my wide receivers.
I love doing this. This is great.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're trying to make it interesting for the five people that are gonna watch this.
One of them
Um,
could be
all
the
right.
president.
What?
One of them could be the president,
Hello. Okay. Here's how things stack up.
which is a lot of cable.
I'll just cut to the chase here.
Hmm.
Brock Bowers is projected lowest. Um,
What?
I know, he's a Raider, right? So you're thinking he's gonna not have what it takes this week, but they seem to like him because they said tight end gets fewer targets typically than elite wide receivers like Neighbors or St. Brown. But they also, something specifically about the Raiders, saying that Vegas may distribute targets more widely, especially with a more balanced offense and the addition of running back Ashton Jeanty or Jonty?
Genty.
Genty. Oh, I'm
Genty. Yeah.
0 for 2.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
Um, can you place bets with Chat GPT? Is that a thing? Because I don't know. I'm just thinking, I lose money with other betting sites. I might as well just no. You don't think?
You
I would
know,
take that. I would
it's
take that
just
all day.
it's just getting started. Why don't we ask? The last thing they said is they quoted Fantasy Pros that estimated nearly 69 receiving yards, significantly less than Neighbors projected 83 plus. And but you are this is where you and ChatGPT really are at opposite ends.
Yeah. Shocking.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah. I get it.
Let's see.
That makes
Anything
no
else?
sense.
Anything else? Okay, so that's that. Next. I'm glad you're enjoying this. I think competing against ChatGPT is good.
I'm so spot on with most of my predictions. I can't understand. Well, anyway, let's just move on.
All right, Mr. Muff. Least rushing yards. So again, a very small spread.
Yeah.
19.8 of the five players. Bijan Robinson, 19.6%. Kyron
Stay away
Williams,
from Bijan. Stay away from Bijan.
20.2%.
That guy falls into the end zone. You don't want him. I don't know.
Well, I am going a little counterintuitive on this one. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to defend Bijan because I think that Tampa Bay's defense is actually gonna gonna let him down. Or God, I'm sorry, gonna give us what give us what we need for Bijan. They're sneaky bad or they're sneaky good. I don't even know what to say anymore. But I don't think Bijan's gonna have the day everybody thinks he's gonna have against the
Wow.
Bucks.
Wow. I have him running for 7 touchdowns.
Well, considering you picked Malik Neighbors, I'm not too worried about your predictions. So who do you got?
Well, I was thinking about it and I thought I was leaning towards you want to pick players who ignore the fundamentals. That's really what you're looking for. That's what I look for. And I thought that Bucky Irving could be a good pick because, I mean, everybody knows Bucky is a baseball name. It's not a football name. They're not, Buckies are always baseball players.
Well, now you're
Right.
starting to make me have flashbacks to
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah,
I
just
don't want to trigger you, but let's move on.
Being a Red Sox fan, I don't want to hear that.
Um, but there was another running back on the list that I thought is irresistible to me, and that's Kyron Williams. You know, I
Interesting.
think that I mean he just found out he was a running back, so I think that in a team that doesn't really feature or sometimes even use a running back, I think he's a good bet. Ignore the fantasy numbers in the past; those are fake. Actually, he doesn't score as many points as he was reported to have scored.
Oh, wow, this is a
Yeah,
scoop.
yeah, it's a big scandal. It'll be coming out. I'll be reporting on that
Okay.
in a
On
couple
one of your
weeks.
various
In a
social
couple
media
weeks.
channels.
Yep.
Okay, so I think I thought you were gonna go with Bucky, which is what ChatGPT says. They they like Bucky because his season-long projection is the lowest. Just to recap, the five we have are Kyron Williams.
Because of the name.
Yeah, you threw off
Did they
ChatGPT.
mention that? Did they mention that at all?
I might have heard it, but I have a short-term memory issue. So Bucky Irving, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Bijan Robinson. So Bucky's projections from I Bet Networks. I love where they source this all, and I want to give props to all these fantastic websites that
Sure.
generate these numbers. So his season-long projection is the lowest, and without established early season dominance, he likely sees minimal touches in week one.
They don't like giving the ball to guys named Bucky.
Yeah, that I think is just the clearest, you know, strategy at all. Although I went really, really counter with Bijan. I think it's going to be a bad day for the Dirty Birds. I mean, a good day. It's going to be great. They're going to not run wild.
That's right.
So, all right, let's finish up with the last player category, which is most missed kicks. And I'll just say I did not pick any kicker this week. I decided that I wanted to wait and see how things played out. Again, you don't have to pick all six categories. You have to pick at least three. So I picked five, but not this week. But um, I'm a little sad because now that I think about it, I would have loved to pick Jake Moody. I just think
Oh, that's yeah, that would be my pick.
he's the pick. He's
Yeah,
the pick. I mean, also, he's with the Niners. Being a Giants fan, I love seeing San Francisco miss kicks, just
yeah,
do all kinds of things that are, appropriate for loser brawl. So
yeah.
did you take Jake?
What's that?
Did you take Jake?
Moody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, you know, his name fits perfectly. He through the preseason, he was missing and making erratically. Guy just, pumping me up.
um, well, we all agree. ChatGPT also.
Yeah,
Um,
that was an easy one.
that I mean, pretty remarkable that he's still on a professional football team. But
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was 10 for 20 on field goals over 40 yards last
yeah.
game.
They call him
Chat
old
GP,
reliable.
Chat GPT says this is from SF Gate, which is the San Francisco Chronicle.
Yeah,
Despite these struggles, San Francisco decided to keep him rather than replace him with a veteran, signaling continued confidence in his trajectory,
yeah,
but also highlighting his recent volatility. I would say that I also have continued confidence in his
yeah,
trajectory. So there's good things on the horizon for Jake Moody. Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's
yeah.
hope he doesn't blow it.
I hope he stays on the team. That's all.
Yeah, because we we need more inconsistency or
That's a risky
consistency.
high wire he's treading.
All right. Two more categories. Let's go to the teams. Most, let's go to penalties first. Most team penalties. So we got the Jets, the Titans, the Ravens, the Texans, and the Commanders. Interesting that penalties don't always correlate to losses. They do with the Jets and the Titans, but they don't with the Ravens and the Texans and the Commanders. But nevertheless, there's nothing more satisfying than a solid team, having a
Yeah,
50-yard run called back because of a timely holding call.
yeah.
So, anyway, who you got?
I'm going with the Commanders.
Oh, interesting. What
Yeah,
what's your thought on that?
well, I just feel like there's a lot of penalties in DC right now, and I feel like, it's
It's
going
all
to
coming apart in the nation's
be
capital.
there's going to be a lot of penalties. I mean, some of them may not even be called by referees in that game. There could be just people running onto the field. I don't know. That's the sense I get. And you know me, I'm usually, I got my finger on the pulse.
All right, fair enough. I like that out of the box thinking.
Hmm. That's how I come up with all this genius picking.
Maybe we should call
You
it in the
can't you
box
can't
thinking.
use like standard stuff. You gotta think off the grid a little bit.
So I went with the favorite just because I love rooting for the Jets to be loser ball champs.
Jets.
Jets Jets. I mean, and Chat GPT agrees with me on this one.
Yeah.
They came up with or they aggregated some
Makes
interesting
you throw up in your
stats.
mouth a little bit just mentioning them, doesn't it?
Yeah, they make me want to just hack. So here, the Jets. But I love the interesting stuff they pull in. So the Jets last year led the NFL with the most accepted penalties, and in 2023 they also led. Uh, anyway, their average is a whopping is what it says, 8.1 penalties per game, the
Ooh, that's
highest
impressive.
season average since at least 2019. But what I love is the heading says, can the Jets change that? Potentially. With new head coach Aaron Glenn, there's a strong push toward discipline. He's made early camp changes, like introducing referees to practices to reduce dumb penalties, like false starts, delay of game, and unnecessary roughness. And guard John Simpson has praised the focus on details and avoiding undisciplined errors.
Oh,
I
they
don't
are going
know.
to be so good this year.
What?
Oh, you get the feeling, don't you? You just feel the tide like really not changing at all.
It's a little bit of deja vu right before Aaron Rodgers started playing for them.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
the false excitement, the lack of cohesive strategy.
Yeah, yeah, you're feeling it too.
Totally. And even ChatGPT says still habits are hard to break. Even with improvements, the Jets' history suggests they remain the most vulnerable, or I should say the strongest team in week one when it comes to penalties. So
See, now my thinking is that those referees that they hired are going to make the players mad. It's like having a monitor, in your class. They're going to get upset that the refs are there. That's going to come out on game day. Telling you right now.
Um, so are you rooting for the Commanders or the Jets? Because you seem to think they're a
Well,
strong
there's
number
really
two.
all this news that you've been. I mean, that's the thing. You gather more information. Now that
It's
but
true.
you picked the Jets, so I'm just gonna leave it. I do feel like the Commanders are gonna really capitalize on penalties.
They are due for for a comeback based on last year.
Yeah,
Last year was a huge disappointment when everyone had so much invested. A rookie
yeah,
quarterback. I mean, the signs all pointed to yes.
yeah,
And I don't
yeah,
know what happened. The wheels fell off.
yeah.
All right, last one. Most points allowed. This is the category that has almost the biggest pool size. So people are really putting a lot of their predictive sparks in this category. We've got the Panthers, the Texans, the Browns, the Jags, and the Raiders for most points allowed in week one. What do you got,
Oh, to me,
John?
it's no contest. I mean, really.
I mean, they're all pretty strong candidates,
But
but
one that
you feel one
really,
really stands out.
there's one that really stands out to me. I mean,
Well, I had my pick, so.
I have to go with the Browns. I mean, um,
Clearly, up
they,
against such a pathetic offense like the Bengals. I
yeah,
mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be glorious.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
and it fills my heart, with
For you, yeah, yeah.
ah, just to pick the Browns. It makes me
Take you
feel
back to
good.
the glory years, I bet.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know I know Miles Garrett, he's like, I gotta stick around for
Yeah,
this, these losing traditions.
yeah.
So I think he's got what it takes. The Browns have what it takes. Um,
They
but
wouldn't start the quarterbacks that they started back then, during your
I
glory
saw
days.
some crazy number like they've had 41 different quarterbacks since 1990 or something.
Is
Wait.
that the record? Do they hold the record? Maybe they can break it.
Whatever record they have, they deserve, and it should be more. But
I mean, four quarterbacks, right? And they gave one away, but they had
I think that was the fifth one, or maybe they did give that
Kenny
one
Pickett
away
went to the Raiders, which I liked. I thought that was a great trade.
for the
They still
Raiders
have
or
Dylan
for
Gabriel. Yeah, the Browns still have Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders,
Flacco. And
Flacco,
they traded Pickett, right?
traded Pickett. Yeah, so
Okay,
but
all right.
I don't know what that narrows it down to, but I wonder if they're going to do it like by quarter. That would be awesome. I would really like to see that. You get a different quarterback every quarter of the game. That
Well, I think
can kind of,
Flacco has a really good chance of not finishing.
yeah. Well, I mean, momentum is a real loser killer. So what you want to do is you want to cut that off. You don't want a team to start just scoring, you know?
Well, yeah, because I mean, it kills the chemistry in the locker room. Ownership is in a tizzy. It's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad. So I'm not worried about. I mean, you took Flacco and you took the Browns.
yeah, yeah. I have a lot of faith in this team.
Well, history's on your side. ChatGPT, however, has the Browns as fourth.
What?
They are picking Carolina.
You know, I heard that sometimes ChatGPT hallucinates. Have you heard that?
It's having a psychotic Panthers episode.
I
They
mean,
but they're backing it up. ChatGPT says facing a potentially high-scoring Jaguars offense. So that already is halluc like I don't know what that is. In an environment where both defenses are seen as porous. So and then they got the Jags number two. Um, they say that also vulnerable, though news suggests Carolina's defense might be slightly more suspect.
so
Um,
ChatGPT is expecting a slugfest between two offensively inept teams. Is that what
yeah, I'm not really sure who's like, is it the Bryce Young, uh,
juggernaut? I mean,
Travis Lawrence shootout that they're looking at? I don't know. It's they did say we do know from season-long projections. Oh, this is about scoring the fewest total points that the Browns will that their offense is, I think, very strong, but according to ChatGPT in their world, it's not so good. So the Browns, they said offensive struggles are projected, but nothing week one specific suggests their defense will implode. I don't know. I think you and I are onto something. I mean, we've got history with this team.
yeah, yeah. No, they don't know the history. I mean, ChatGPT was just born what a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, they can't remember like who I'm trying to think of someone who Deshaun Watson. No, I guess they
Yeah.
were around for Deshaun Watson. I want to say Brian Sipe, but that's like
Oh
way,
God.
way,
Wow.
way, way too far back.
Yeah, you're going back in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, I think people have to look that up on ChatGPT. How bad was Brian Sipe?
The kids aren't. Didn't he, I mean, he got to the playoffs, right?
He did. He lost in heartbreaking fashion. I believe, wasn't he? Oh, it was Bernie. Bernie Kosar was the
Drive.
real heartbreak.
Yeah.
The Browns are, I mean, they're a historically strong loser ball team, as are
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
They're on the Mount Rushmore of loserdom.
Whew, wow. Well, we made it through week one. Thanks for the predictions. Anything you want to add about any tips for the people who don't have the experience that we do?
Yeah, don't get carried away with all of the prognosticators. You know, they only have a 50-50 shot. Try to think a little bit outside the box, and I think you'll see the success start to stack up.
Take it from a guy who picks teams that win their divisions in loser ball.
You
That's
know,
all I'm saying.
the, there was a player there is a player that's playing this week. I'm not going to give out any names. Who I did not see on the selection. Um, I happen to have on unreliable sources information that this player's family is in a bit of turmoil right now.
Hmm.
Uh, Recently got engaged.
Oh,
The
that's always going to be for make for a strong showing.
Yeah, yeah, the fiance's family wanted tickets. They didn't get it. The fiance bought the team and the stadium. I'm going to have more about this story coming up in the weeks to follow. Nobody knows yet. I will have a big announcement
Oh
coming
wow. I'm on the edge of my seat. I like literally am on the edge of my seat.
Well, it's just because
Um,
you have a small seat, but
but
that's a
or a
small
big
seat.
butt.
That's
So thanks everybody for tuning in. This is are the two Johnnies for Loserball, and get your picks in. You got until Sunday, and enjoy. Enjoy Dak Prescott.
that's right.
He is a strong. I don't know why he wasn't in week one for this week, but look for him in future weeks. He's a classic.
We're going to be doing the awards at the end of the season.
We got big plans. We
Okay,
just like you and that fiance story. We can't
that's
give it
right.
all away in week one.
Planting the seeds. This is the planting the
Exactly.
seeds part. Yep.
All right, Johnny.
Okay.
We'll see you later. Enjoy the games. May the worst team win. Bye.
Right on, baby.